Wow, now Konami's justifying this piss-poor ban list that we have to deal with. Hey, 34% of you guys that are not subscribed to the channel, please smash the living crap out of that subscribe button because you love when I go through these mental breakdowns. So for the first time in a very long time, Konami sat out to talk about the changes that they made to the current ban list. Do you know why this is the first time that they're doing it? Because they're sick and tired of the community whining about this. Well, that's not going to stop me today. Watch me still do it. A new Forbidden and Limited list for the advanced format just took effect on December 1st. Hope y'all didn't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, if you like the tier mirror matches and, you know, trying to outdo the simulator. Oh god, it's newly forbidden. Mystic Mine and Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion, have joined the forbidden list. You know, we heard you guys wanted these cards banned. It just took us, 3.5 extra months to go, is that what they wanted? Shit! Mystic Mine has recently become a key card in competitive dueling, forcing many duels to include it to include cards in their decks that get it off the field. No, that's just called, playing Spell and Trap Destruction in a format that you should probably be playing, Spell and Trap. Or risk losing to Mystic Mine. With Mystic Mine now forbidden, duels can no longer need to consider the possibility of this controversial field spell stalling a duel for several consecutive turns. Wow. No shit, Konami. You don't say. Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion was a popular card, especially among Tier Elements duelists. You guys got the memo, right? That they were like 3 months behind on this. Don't get me wrong. Needed to be hit anyway because it's basically Lava Vault Chain, but I'm not done with this. Because it was adept at sending cards from the deck to the graveyard. Perhaps most importantly, it's able to send a card of your choosing to the graveyard. If it is link summoned by sending an impactful card like Eradicator Epidemic Virus or Deck Devastation Virus to the graveyard, duels were able to return it with Nightmare Griffin. The only reason why they were doing that was because Mystic Mine was running around and they needed a way to play it. Newly limited. Tier Elements has been dominating the advanced format of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game ever since it was released. Alright? Well, yeah. You don't say! No shit yet again. Okay. I mean, they were dominating before, but okay. Those decks typically used 3 copies of Herald of Orange Light because it could stop an opponent's monster effect while sending one of the Ishizu cards to the graveyard, allowing the effects of the sent monster to be used. The limitation of Herald of Orange Light weakens Tier Elements that incorporated the fairy-style monster. I hope you still like playing a Tier 0 deck, though, because this change did hardly anything. Sorry, Madolche players. Sucks to suck. A whopping 5 cards were... Oh, excuse me. We have to go talk about Recital Starling. Recital Starling was previously limited and has now been bumped up to 2 copies per deck effective December 1st. The Lyrillist strategy hasn't recently been popular. I wonder why. Maybe because you banned some Morg and you created it off the face of the planet. All right. Removed from the Forbidden and Limited list. A whopping 5 cards were removed from the Forbidden and Limited list entirely. Effective December 1st, those 2 cards were Dimensional Figure and Macrocosmo. Which you remember when everybody was like, Macro and Dive are going to change the game. All right, I'm telling you all, it's going to... You know what actually happened? 1 mutant deck topped and a Flaunderies deck top playing like 2 Di-Fi. There you go. Both of these cards remain on the field after they're activated. The banished key cards that would be sent from a Tier Elements duelist graveyard. Generally, this will completely shut down Tier Element duelist plays. Nah, it's not. It's called losing the dice roll. Tellarknight Ptolemaeus, which was just removed from the Forbidden and Limited list in the latest update, can serve as a similar function to Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmo. You can exceed summon it by using Constellar Knight Diamond by using it as an exceed material. Constellar Knight Diamond can also be exceed summoned during the main phase too. Wow, you really want me to make Diamond with... I'd rather make Dweller. It's more effective. But okay. Finally, Metaverse and Fire Formation Tenki removed from the Forbidden list. Metaverse, which was previously limited, which most often got used to Mystic Mine from the deck. Now, a Mystic Mine on the Forbidden list, duelists can use more copies of Metaverse to search for Necro Valley, because you're going to need that thing. Fire Formation Tenki was previously semi-limited and was removed from the Forbidden and Limited list. This will be a huge upgrade for your Lyrical list decks that are barely doing anything on the regional level. The latest Forbidden and Limited update isn't the most drastic one we've seen. No shit! Alright, but it weakens the Tier Elements decks that dominated the 3 most YCS events. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Nope. Didn't do crap. You looked at results and said, this is okay. Nothing wrong with this. I don't see anything wrong with this. You inherently made the deck stronger. I don't know how you managed that, but good job, Konami. There you go. Konami's justification for everything. You know, I still think Mystic Mine could have went to 1, and I think it would have been more interesting. Now, there's a couple of other little pieces of candy here for this. The new Forbidden Limited list. So, quick questions here. The new Forbidden Limited list made quite a few shifts in the game, as we know it. So we asked a few remote duelists, what are your favorite changes? Guess what? By an overwhelming margin, people are happy to wave goodbye to Mystic Mine. It's a card that was beloved in some strategies, while completely shutting down many, many others. And this is what I talked about in some other videos. Mystic Mine would have been an interesting card to keep around if you could have found limitations or ways to build around it. The second most popular answer was the return of Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmo to unlimited status. These cards, similar to Mystic Mine in that way, can have power to totally shut down other strategies like Tier Elements. No surprise that duelists who like the mind will gravitate to cards like these. Wow. Yeah. You know, there's always going to be the meme out here where, like, everybody hates Floodgate players or people that like Floodgates, but I mean, like, Floodgates are, I hate to tell you this, but they're such a necessary evil in the game. Like, you have to, I just love the fact that it's like, oh my god, like, these people view these combo players like these Chad, like, big buff guys, and, like, the Floodgate players and the ones that are, you know, doing things wrong out here. But as a control player standpoint, like, let me have some Floodgates. I want to watch those combo players rage. We also did get a few handfuls of other answers, such as seeing cards like Teller Knight, Patal Myas Unlimited, or Herald of Orange Light Limited. But there was also whose favorite card was no Tier Elements were restricted. Huh. You know, that's crazy. I mean, to prove here, like, yeah, Mystic Mine was a problem. All right, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I still think having one Mystic Mine in the format would have been hilarious. And I think it kind of goes to prove here that Konami is kind of looking at this data. And they were like, man, we were trying to use Mystic Mine as the scapegoat to allow all of this. And it's like, well, we got to get rid of Mystic Mine now. Everybody be safe. And then it's, you flood out into this. There's another quick question here. What will win the remote duel YCS? Quick question stands for the question on everybody's mind, blah, blah, blah. 83.9% of people said that Tier is going to win the YCS. Once again, I'm going to hit you with the same thing I've said all video. No shit. No way, Konami. I'm dumbfounded here. That you took a look at the list. You looked through all of these changes. You looked through everything here, and you literally are so disconnected from what's to come. I know you have the ability to look at OCG results. You've proven it to us that you can preemptively hit cards to dampen formats. You knew that. Who in Konami R&D tested Herald of Orange Light after everything? Like, when you put together Tier Elements in the office, like, did the deck just suck, like, horribly? That's why you justified, like, these hits. You're like, oh, we hit Herald of Orange Light. Oh, man, you know, the decks in the office be like, oh, we got Triple Ash, Triple Ghost Bell, all these horrible cards. Like, they're so much different than what I feel like the competitive player base is spinning around. So I feel like whatever justification for these changes have been, it's awful, all right? And once again, we saw the OCG bomb list this morning. Absolutely. I will once again clap for the OCG. You know how to handle the game. Hopefully the TCG will learn and clean that shit up, but I will give the TCG a wee little bit of credit here. They've finally communicated ban list changes to the community for the first time in years. This is a step in the right direction, but man, Man, do you know how to just put us through a slugfest? You knew that. Tears? You guys want 3 more months of tier? Oh, okay, we'll ban everything else around tier. Oh, we slapped Herald of Orange Light for you guys. Not a problem. Yeah, And you wonder why half of your casual player base is running around in a fire right now and doesn't want to play the game. Weird. You guys have a good rest of your day, alright? We'll be back tomorrow to talk about the YCS, hopefully. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.